Well, hello, lovely humans. I don't have a video prepared for today. Oh, my phone's going off. Okay. So basically I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I have no idea. And it is an hour and a half till my typical upload time. It's actually, let's just get you right here. I figured we're just due for like an update video, right? There's now an issue with the location of our barn. So we are going to petition for a variance. It's just been a really complicated situation with trying to get all that sorted out. And we've had animal control come once a week for the last, gosh, like month, because people keep complaining about the horses. We suspect who is doing that, which is really unfortunate. But basically, I don't know if I've given many updates on them since we got them. So for those of you who haven't been around, we got Johnny and June. They were originally named Crimson and Crusader from a local rescue. They were a Christmas gift to the girls. And they're both much older in age. I thought the rescue said like 15 to 17. Elias said, the vet said they might be closer to 20. They're old. Horses can live for a long time, but they're old. They were rescued from a kill pen where they were extremely, extremely malnourished. So if you saw them in the announcement video, you saw that they were pretty thin, right? And what we've learned is that you have to put the weight back on slowly. What so many people do is when they get these skinny horses, they just like toss a bunch of food at them to fatten them up really quick. Well, Johnny had a lame leg. It was totally fine, it's nothing permanent, something that could be tended to, but that would be especially exacerbated if he put on weight too quickly. So we had to be really mindful about how we were taking these steps together. And starting like 6 months ago, we got a complaint about so many things around the property. I shared a little bit, like just apparently we had like violated a bunch of codes and we didn't know. But that's because we looked at all of our neighbors and a lot of our neighbors are violating them too. Someone just decided to throw the book at us. One of those issues was the condition of the horses. So we got on a first name basis with the animal control officer that handles our little town just outside Waco. And he's like, I mean, they're not at the level that I want to see them at, but they're okay, especially considering you got them from a kill pen. So this, I think, started in like February of this year. I feel like I didn't explain that super well. Not only because of Johnny's leg, but if you put weight on too quickly, if they are overfed or if they're not used to being fed that much and you just randomly start giving them a bunch of food, they can colic on you or they can get laminitis, which are, I can get into at another time, but I know colic can definitely kill a horse. I don't know if laminitis is life-threatening. So we had to be really strategic about putting weight back on these animals. We also couldn't afford saddles yet, so we couldn't build muscle back up, and we still don't even have the saddles because that's something that's just like, brand new saddles are like $500 a piece, easy, no problem. And all we're looking for is just like trail saddles. It's not, whatever, I don't even need to get to that. So all of this has been intentional. Like we've been very specific about how much we feed them, like so much, right? And so it got to the point over this last month that the animal control officer was receiving so many phone calls that he was out here once a week. He was out here right before the vet visited. The vet then recommended that we increase their food, add in the alfalfa, etc., to make sure they're getting fully balanced nutrition. But the vet said that we were doing exactly what we should have been doing. The horses were improving. He was the vet who saw them at the rescue. He's the vet that did this 6-month checkup. Like, he has seen them repeatedly. He knows they're doing better. So animal control comes before the visit, comes after the visit, and he's like, I don't even know why I'm here. And we're like, neither do we. Like, is there somewhat, can this stop? Like, do you have to keep coming? Because we all know, like, we could provide the paperwork if you need to, of the horse's condition. Like, you're aware of it, we're aware of it, why are you still coming? So then the next week, animal control doesn't come out, it's the police department. So at this point, we are just trying to navigate this as smoothly as we can, because it is really and truly annoying. It's just a nuisance. Like, for us, we're like, this is a waste of tax dollars. Like, please stop coming. Tell the department that they're good. Like, we will share any paperwork. You want our vet's phone number? Like, let's just, everyone calm down. So it's put a lot of stress and strain on us. Like, literally every time we see a car drive down the driveway, I flinch thinking, oh my goodness, is this animal control? Like, oh, I thought that was, there we go. So that's the update with like the horse situation. Since we increased their feed, we immediately saw more weight being put on, and I was like, that's great. I'm very, very happy to see that. And but we're still monitoring them in case, like, we just don't want them to colic. That's a huge concern. So that's a horse update. Baby goat update. Yeah, because I didn't post last week because everything was so crazy after the 4th because Elias had another sister move here, her and her 2 daughters. So things just like, and we hosted for the 4th and it was beautiful, but it was crazy. So baby goats, we ended up with 7 baby goats. So we have 4 females. Lola was the first to have her babies. She had 2 bucklings that we have named Ron and Harry because I'm just like the most predictable, right? Who was next? Cookie was next. And she had 1 female, 1 doeling that we named Fern. And then Luna had her, babies, who's Cookie's half sister, so they came from the same herd. Luna had her baby, and it was 2 females, 2 doelings, and their names are Raven and Willow. And then finally Rosie had her babies like a month later, so she must have been cycling like a lot later. So, and her babies are Claire and Brie, because I was on an Outlander kick, okay? Like the series, the books, which made my mind just like, I've bought so many herbal remedy books over the last few months because of this, because of this series. Like genuinely, they actually sell a book that has all of the herbal remedies written in it, and I'm like, I wanna buy it. I wanna buy it, because there's something really fascinating to me that like a plant can help fix something or help make something feel better. We don't even need to get into that. Once I've explored a little bit more, I could share more of what I'm learning there. So those have been really, really fun. They're so much fun to watch. We are not out there very often though, because it is so blazing hot outside. And I know a lot of people are complaining, but there are so many ways that this affects us, especially now that we have animals. So our grass is completely dying, which means 1, there isn't food for the goats to eat. 2, what they can eat is gonna be really, really lacking in nutrition. And 3, makes it really hard to rotate them. Add on top of that the fact that we now need to get the buck away from the females because they actually cycle once a month. So we have to find a new spot to put him on the property, but because of all the issues and because of the book being thrown at us code-wise, we're not quite sure where we can put him. So we're at this point where we're like, do we have to get rid of Steve? Do we have to like put him somewhere else? So much is happening with the buck situation specifically. So our options right now are either we find like a spot to put him on the property that we hope works, and we'll put Fred with him. Fred is our fixed male, he's known as a wether. So Fred and Steve would have their own little bachelor spot to hang out, but they would probably be there for at least 5 or 6 months. At least. Most people wait quite a bit longer to have their next kidding cycle, but we need to shorten ours up so we're not having babies born in June again because it was really hot and really brutal. So either we wait like over a year for our next, or we shorten it up and then we can have them hopefully at an earlier time of the year, because goats' pregnancies are about 5 months. So if they got pregnant in October, so to speak, then we could potentially have goat babies in March, which is a lot more feasible and a lot easier, both on the mamas and on us. So all of the heat stuff is affecting that situation, as well as the codes situation. And then to add to that, how much this is affecting like the chickens in general. I mean, they're barely moving. They will not stray far from home at all, because it's just brutal. But they just all lay around the entire day. We have lost a few to heat. We have a round of turkeys that are due, and we've lost 2 of them to the heat so far as well. So it's been really rough, really honestly a rough month here on the homestead, because all of our animals are so deeply affected by this. We still have 3 of the puppies. We cannot move them to save our lives. We're just like, I'm so heartbroken that they're out there, but we can't have 3 unpotty trained puppies in the house. So we go out there and we have like a stock tank pool now. We got it for the 4th, and we'll put them in there. We're out there playing with them multiple times a day, but it's just getting to the point where it's like, so if you know anyone that wants a border collie puppy, please let me know. We've got to get these pups into a good home, and I'm so glad we're never doing this again. And the last thing that's really and truly affecting is the garden. We're getting like no produce out of it. Nothing. I mean, we did get some giant squash in the very beginning, but now we just have plants dying. And we're out there every evening watering, because I am not up early enough to water before the sun comes up, but I am up late enough to get it after the sun goes behind the trees over there. So it's just been really discouraging. Like, it's been a really rough it's been a really rough month for the farmstead, for the homestead kind of thing, because like we're in a drought and they're gonna start rationing water, and I don't think that'll affect the animals, and we're not watering our lawn. Like Elias said, he drove down because we're watching friends' animals that live nearby, and he said he drove down their street and people had sprinklers on like for their grass out front. And I'm like, if they're doing that, then we are gonna water our grass so our goats have something to eat, but they might start rationing the water. And we don't have a hose in the front of the property. This is like a stream of consciousness video. I just wanted to get something up today because I didn't want to miss another week. Because I really feel like I have got, okay, no, pin in that, hold on. So that's how, the drought has just been like so difficult. We finally have clouds in the sky. It's so much cooler today. We had a little sprinkling earlier. We may get a little bit more later. That is really and truly, sincerely the hope. Not just so I don't have to water the garden tonight, but so just the land can just breathe a little. Because obviously, like, a garden needs tending and it needs weeding and it needs taking care of. It's way too hot. Like, it'll be, say it's 105, but feels like 115 because of humidity. It's a lot. This is not intended to be a complaining video, but here's where I kind of see this moving forward, because I have been watching too much Magnolia Network. We are not surprised. And I really want to make this channel a priority. I just do. And I know sometimes it feels like it's in the backseat or like back burner type thing. And I just don't want that to be the case anymore. I love creating content here. I think a lot of the mess around the outside really is embarrassing for me, so there's elements of that I'm like, I don't want to take you to the garden because it looks like someone abandoned it. Because we did, because it's too hot to be outside. Or like we've got concrete sitting outside, just chunks of it from a cement pad that we pulled up. That kind of thing where we're just like, oh. It makes it difficult to want to share some of that stuff because it's so unkempt outside. And then the house is always a mess because like, people live here. But I sat down and I came up with so many fun content ideas, and I don't know why I haven't done them yet. So I'm really, really hoping that I won't have another day where I sit down like an hour before it's supposed to go live and film a video. But I'm sure you guys understand why. It's just been a little crazy the last month and a half. So we're hoping that things settle down soon, but also planning for the worst in that regard. But I'm excited for the things that I have coming. Elias is already threatening to do my makeup. I haven't done that in a couple years. What else did I have on there? Gosh, how long have I been meaning to paint that couch for? Like a year and a half? I still have to paint for it, haven't done it. These chairs are not supposed to be this color. They're supposed to be painted black, but again, can't really do that because of the heat right now. So we'll definitely have some DIY projects coming up. We'll have some fun house stuff coming up. What else do I have? Oh, like a press-on nails video, because y'all know I'm obsessed with them. But I think I have this perfect system now, and it's one specific kind of glue, but it works with like all different, I don't even know if that sounds appealing, so if it does, let me know. How long have I been filming? 17 minutes. Yeah, that seems like a high quality update. Well, not high quality. It seems like a long enough update. But now I owe you goat baby footage, so let's go out there. I will show you who's who in the video, and then we get this edited and up, and hopefully have something a little bit more prepared next week. But who knows? Okay, let's go see goat babies. Hi! You guys gonna yell for a little bit? Look at that sky. Oh, this is the only thing that seems to be growing okay. We had dirt imported because we don't have gutters for some reason, and our foundation is totally sloping inside. So we had dirt imported and it had all of these seeds in it apparently. And then we left them because we're trash. Okay, Steve. Okay, so most of the time, oh, hi everybody. Yeah, you can see just how dead the grass is. Ma'am, you guys are noisy. Oh. All right, let's see if we can get them all figured out. So those are the newest ones right here. That's Rosie. That's Claire, right there, and then that's Bree. Then this is Luna, and Willow and Raven. Hi, Steve. And then those two, let me see if they'll let me get close enough. These are the two bucklings. the closer one is Ron, and the further one is Harry. Those are Lola's babies. And then we have Cookie with Fern, which is so funny because Fern looks almost identical to Lola, and Harry looks almost identical to Cookie, but they're all swapped around. That's funny how those genetics work. Whoa! Yeah, oh my goodness. Thanks, Fred, for that. Hi! Hi, handsome boy. You're so cute. You're so cute. Yeah. Everyone thinks they're getting food, but now my camera's dying. Ma'am? Hello? So I'm already gonna get started on a video for next week, probably today. I don't know, maybe. And do my best to be a little bit more prepared. I feel like I'm unpacking things up here. Like just, like I got in a slump because of 2020 and I'm just now waking up from it. Does anyone else feel like that? Maybe it's just me. It's probably not just me. But it's like, okay, here we go. Let's do this. So thanks for flexing with me last week and for, and hopefully you're excited about this next chapter of like actually, why do I always do this? Of actually putting out content instead of just vlogs. Ideally, fingers crossed, ideally what I really want to do is one like sit down video on Thursdays and then a vlog on either Sundays or Mondays. I think that'd be super fun. Yeah, I hope to be shaking things up. Just a little bit, not a whole lot, just like I love doing this and I really want to put some more effort into it. So thanks for hanging in there with me while it just was like vlog central for a while, but hopefully I'll pick things back up next week, maybe, or longer, I don't know. Okay, and until next week, bye guys.